As a journalist, I found that I myself have been born and brought up in Western UP. Saharanpur, Muzaffarnagar, Shamli, Badot, Dhanota, Bulandshahr, Meerut, they were all like part of a childhood narrative. And I know that there was never any communal polarization there, and how it was socially engineered before the 2014 elections by people whom political space. There were many flag hoisting ceremonies, in which in one flag hoisting ceremony was disrupted by a group of 60 or 70 group of motorcycle youngsters in motorcycle belonging to the Sankalp Foundation and ABVP, who insisted to break the flag hoisting ceremony being held by the Muslim community. And you know the sequence of events, so I'm not going to tell you the sequence of events. Nothing happened there. The violence started on 26th. Later, when the same group left their motorcycles and moved to other areas, allegedly firing shots, during the course of which Chandan Gupta was also killed. Till this point, no one knows how Chandan Gupta was killed, what bullets were used, who are the people who killed him. Till now, most of the people we spoke to across the communities, even the cops, do not seem to know where he was actually shot. And there's a lane which is very close to the house of Salim, who has been the first accused, along with other 20 accused. Another, Mr. Rahat Qureshi, has been arrested, I presume, on Saturday. So you see that the Salim's house is at a long distance, and you can see that you do not know where exactly Chandan was shot. He has been shot on the forearm here. And the nature of the bullet injury, etc., will be awaited with the post-mortem report. So even Salim, who has been arrested, is not in the dock till now, because nobody knows. There is no forensic evidence or any other eyewitness evidence which shows that Salim is one of the persons who shot him. We have a shop called Barki Cloth House, which is a flourishing cloth shop right next to the Kotwali, with the wall touching the Kasganj Kotwali. His shop was not burnt. Many shops were not burnt because they had close proximity to the walls of Hindu shops. So they were all the 27 shops which were burnt at two masjids, they were all Muslim shops. And this was told to us by neighbors, by Hindu traders and Hindu neighbors. In fact, one of the Hindu shopkeepers who was running a small shoe shop opposite Mansoor Sherwani's very flourishing Sherwani boots, which was completely burnt and looted, and along with another small shop called Baba Shoes, which was also burnt partially. He was literally in tears, the Hindu trader, literally in tears, because he said everyone was in the opinion that Mansoor Sherwani was a very nice man. He was a gentleman. So also everyone say that even Salim is a gentleman, and Salim is also a very nice man. Old, sleepy, laid back town where people live cheek by jowl, where communities live very close to each other. Physical proximity of the communities are there, where traders from one community and another share their walls, share tea, share conversation, share stories, share the festivals, share the sorrows, share their children, that the children play with each other. They go to the same college, at the same school. Many of them go to Delhi, to Jamia, to Aligarh to study, to Aligarh Muslim University to study, to Delhi University, etc. And I found that there was a very clear and transparent bonhomie and brotherhood and deep sense of tolerance and respect and dignity which was hidden in the narrative, which was the dominant narrative of Kasganj. And this narrative was only once broken in a town where a Mithai Wala will tell you that his shop is still from 150-year-old or 100-year-old. And many people would have 4 generations or 5 generations people who are running jewelry shops or gujia shops or samosa shops or garment shops, etc. They will tell you that how long there has been never any such thing which has happened in Kasganj now, except for a brief while after the Babri Masjid demolition in 1992. So this is a narrative where there has been tolerance, there has been brotherhood, there has been shared community spaces, physical spaces, emotional spaces, social spaces, political spaces. in Gujarat, we have seen it in Muzaffarnagar, we have seen it in Mariana, Meerut, wherever people are living peacefully and happily, you create a fissure and make an electoral kind of a rupture there so that votes are polarized. In the future, electorally people are polarized, and emotionally and mentally a feeling of hatred and vengeance, permeates the atmosphere. And fear. Fear is also a very key factor, because if you feel fear, then you get together in community and get ghettoized, and then some rabble-rousers will come and give you that kind of nationalism or that kind of religious nationalism, which was earlier not necessary, because everyone were close to each other, everyone had their own narratives. Kasganj was a united kind of a cultural and social entity. On this brief note, I would say that it is really sad and it is very, very dangerous that such an experiment and diabolical experiment is being again regenerated after Saharanpur and Muzaffarnagar in UP, and we can see the lurking shadows of certain masterminds who are specialists in this game. Thank you.